Rock 103.9 The Bear. I am Tommy Carroll, getting to hang with Neil from 3 Days Grace. How are you, man?
Doing well. How you doing, man?
Very good to see you, man. You guys just seem to be a hit factory, album after album. And I tell you what, man, the latest album, Life Starts Now, great record, man. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, it's super exciting to see, see the music surface on the level that it has. We set out to make a record that was a little bit different for us, something that was a little more raw and kind of, really just a little bit rough around the edges. And we wanted to really just like capture moments in time in the studio and just play off of that and make a record that you kind of felt like you're in the room with the band. And so that was a bit different for us, but I think it's been it was the most challenging record to make, but also it's super exciting to play live, and the fans are embracing it, which is super cool. We're humbled by that.
Well, now that you brought up the fans, something you guys did when you guys released the record, when you did that listening party for the fans, and we aired that on our station. I loved it, where they got to ask questions, you guys were being interviewed, and you guys were picking songs at random. That was a really cool thing. Is that something you guys may do again?
Absolutely. I mean, it's always fun to kind of unleash something in a creative way. And right after we did that, we actually did a full tour. We went down the east coast of the U.S. and stuff, and just played like these tiny clubs, just with like minimal stuff but full electric, and that was a lot of fun. Kind of getting back to we've been a band a long time, so we've played many a venue, and to get back in like just the small dingy rock club, and you could see everybody's faces. That was exciting for sure.
Now, when you guys went in the studio, you were with Howard Benson, again, one of my favorite producers. You guys got to record in Vancouver in the infamous Warehouse Studios. When you did the record, it seemed like there was a different approach this time. Can you explain a little bit about the approach of doing this album versus maybe the other two?
Yeah, well, I think, like I said, I think a big part of it was really focusing on capturing the moment in time and really capturing the chemistry of guys playing music together. And I think there's a lot of, this kind of stemmed from conversations that the band had about how so many modern rock records sound really mechanical and processed and layered and like fake. And I think a lot of artists and producers have recently made the mistake of like thinking that layering stuff, more layers and layers and layers of stuff, is going to make it bigger and heavier. And we kind of wanted to go the opposite direction and really capture this, sometimes the space in between and the air in the studio, and hearing all that and little mistakes and little just imperfections. And sometimes I think that makes it larger than life, because you can hear the chemistry between the band members and stuff. And I think a lot of classic records were all about that, just putting the mics up and letting the tape fly, and you capture these moments, and sometimes that's where the real stuff comes out. And I think people want something real now more than ever,
Well, you made a good point bringing up the classic side of it, and also part of that is it's songs. You guys write good songs, so you can strip it down. You can just be real, because if the song is great, it's going to transfer.
Absolutely, man. And just we tend to have the songs pretty much together when we get to the studio, so that the studio experience is all about really just like laying it down, and like you get that one take and you go back in the control room and listen to it, and it's like you know that you're not going to get that over again, and that's a badass feeling to really kind of just like make sure we got it, make sure we hit record.
Okay, not to assume that every band in Canada likes hockey, but who's going to win the Stanley Cup this year?
Oh man, I would have to say Chicago, maybe. I mean, they're tough, It's been a great playoff. I watched a lot of hockey, man.
What about next year? Any predictions, man?
Oh, it's the year of the Toronto Maple Leaf fan, bro.
All right, Neil, 3 Days Grace. I'm Tommy. This is Real Rock 103.9 The Bear.